The world's GDP is going to come a full circle by 2050. If you go to the history of GDP, in 1500, two countries, China and India, almost had 25% share of the global GDP each. That means both the countries had 50% share of GDP. In 1700, they were at the peak when India was the number one country and followed by China. That's the time when the Mughals ruled India and Qing dynasty ruled China. Now, as you say, history repeats itself. In 2050, it's going to be the same story where China would be leading as the number one country and India would become the second biggest economy in the world, taking over from United States of America. And this is like a 500-year cycle. And as we all know that United States was the biggest economy for many years, but they weren't in 1500, they weren't in 1700, they weren't in 1800. It was only in 1890 that they became the largest economy in the world. The best way to predict the future is to go back to history. And this is a classic example, or this is a great example of how history repeats itself.